Hey, good morning, and welcome to Faith Fridays with Coach Ellis. So I wanted to spend just a few minutes today, as we do each and every Friday, talking about the things of faith that hopefully inspire and motivate us. So I want to talk today about train the struggle. You know, many of us, we struggle on the things of faith. We struggle to believe. We struggle to have faith. We struggle. And one time I used to say struggle is redemptive, but I've come to know that struggle is a sign of a lack of faith. Challenge is redemptive, but struggle is not. Now somebody's going to say, Coach, what's the difference between struggle and challenge? And so I'm glad you asked me. In the book of life, it says, many are the afflictions of the righteous, but God sees them through it all. So what that really means is that if we're struggling to believe what God has said. If we're challenged in seeing the results of what God has promised. And there's a difference. I can believe you and struggle, and I can believe you and be challenged at the revelation of what I believe. But when I struggle, what it says at the very core of who I am, I'm not sure I yet believe God. Now, somebody's going to say, well, Coach, it looks the same. And it does look the same to us. But God knows the difference. So in your daily walk today especially, we must choose to believe what God has said. We don't struggle with believing what God has said. And if we do, that's a different story. But if we truly say we believe God, then we don't struggle in believing Him. We're challenging His manifestation, but we don't struggle in the belief. And the difference is this. Our faith is only as strong as the weakest link of the faith. It's like a chain. And so our faith can be broken if we allow that weakness to come through. However, the challenge that we have is in this strong chain of faith is not whether God can, it's when will He. It's not if, but when. Our struggle becomes an if statement. Our challenge is a when statement. And let's be honest. I know that when God says you're going to get something, I'm going to get it, but I want to get to the good part right now. God, I don't want to go through all the trials and tribulations to get there. I want the result right now. But in our Christian walk, God loves us enough that He allows us to wait and go through the things we need to so we can receive and fully actualize what He has for us. Because let's be honest. If we are not careful, we will shortcut the process to get to the prize. And God is not about the prize, He's about the process. So we have been taught, we have been conditioned to struggle, which means we have been conditioned not to believe God. Instead of being conditioned to be challenged, which means that we wait upon the Lord, and so He can renew our strength. Today, be challenged, but don't struggle. Be challenged and waiting for the manifestation, but don't struggle in the belief. Because if you struggle in the belief, you'll never get to the challenge. If you struggle with the belief, you'll never get to the end state. If you struggle with the principle, you'll never get the prize. Hey, I'm Coach Ellis, and you've been listening to Faith Fridays with Coach Ellis. Join me at Coach. Email me at coach@elliscrum.net, and catch me on Facebook at Coach Ellis at Facebook. Until next week on Faith Fridays, have a one tabulous and bless-filled day. God bless you. We'll see you next week.